I've been in the car for like 10 minutes contemplating whether or not to record this because I don't want to be diluting one of the most important movements that will probably exist in my lifetime, which is GBV, right? I'm not confident that we're having the right conversations. In fact, I know we're not.
Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Uncle P with another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Guys, everybody's afraid to touch this topic. And the reason why we are all afraid to touch this topic is because this topic causes a lot of division. The reason why this topic causes a lot of division is because there is a group of people called feminists. Feminists are a group of females that are literally just men haters. And every time there's a movement that stands against anything that has to do with women, which is blamed on men, these feminists come and they make their voices extremely loud and always find a way to take away from the main focus, which is gender-based violence, and turn it into women-based violence and men-hating campaign. This lady says a lot, and she says some of the most amazing things. What I'm going to do is take this video and put it at the end for those who want to watch, because this is going to be a long episode. Now, guys, I am fully aware I'm a foreigner in South Africa, but unfortunately, I am going to speak as a South African. And for those haters that are going to come and write comments like, Malume P, you are writing too much D. My man, you are encouraging this hate towards fellow immigrants, those very same South Africans you fight for tooth and nail, for clout. They are still calling your brothers and sisters, your people, names. Wake up. First of all, I'm not an immigrant. One, I'm not a refugee. Two, second of all, you are not my brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters did not enter into this country illegal. My brothers and sisters are not breaking the laws of this country. My brothers and sisters are not unaliving the people of these countries. My brothers and sisters are not leaving the women of this country, single mothers, crying and wondering what happened to them. A South African who is proud to stand for this nation. Some of you are going to be like, Haibo, who did this nigga become a South African? Well, guys, allow me to bring your guys the exhibito of me being a South African. 11 months ago, Uncle P, he is a naturalized by South Africans. Unfortunately, Nigerians don't know South Africans. They will fight tooth to nail to protect him. They must stop insulting you because we don't take nonsense. I feel sorry for them. People agreed with this comment. I have naturalized you, Uncle P. You are not a kwere kwere. Uncle P, you are a South African. The next time you call yourself a kwere kwere, I'm going to penalize you. You will buy me a savannah. But they are threatening me. They are threatening me. So I cannot. That's what I am a South African. We continue with the evidence. Uncle P, I had naturalized you. You are no longer an Angolan. You are South African. I am South African and you are my kind, Uncle P. I naturalized you long time ago. 11 months, almost a year. People agreed. Uncle P, I have naturalized you. You are South African. People agree. Firstly, Uncle P, I told you on numerous times that you are not Angolan. I naturalized you. You are South African of an Angolan origin. You are standing up for us more than we do. The minute you call yourself Angolan, I penalize you. You will buy me a savannah. Prophet, I don't have money for savannah. YouTube doesn't pay enough. So please like, subscribe, and share this video so I can be able to pay a savannah the next time I make a mistake and call myself an Angolan. Guys, this is a serious matter. Ladies, I want to talk to you guys as a South African man, as somebody who's being accused of being an abuser, as a father of 3 daughters. I've lived in South Africa since 1997. I have grown in South Africa. I've dated South African women. My first true love was a South African Zulu woman. I've had my worst heartbreak and almost ended in hospital because I fell in love with a Xhosa woman that just woo wee. Oh, it's getting hot. We are cheese. Excuse me. Oh my god. Every time I think about that Xhosa woman, my heart rate goes kaboom. But moral of the story is this: South Africans, we are very divided, especially when it comes to fighting for certain causes. And our problem is we like to be the center of attention in everything. This is the reason why we are easily misled and we are easily misguided. I will give you guys certain examples. So right now we've got two matches, 17th of November and 21 of November, and they are all falling apart. And I'll tell you exactly why it's falling apart and the reason why people laugh at South Africa and take South Africa as a joke.
I'm literally shaking. I'm so upset. On Friday, the Free State Provincial Coordinator submitted the documents as per requested by the Constitution, SHAP. Then they may have a follow-up meeting on Wednesday, which was yesterday. He gets there, they tell him, Bona, you're too young to come here and tell us about these big issues. Pardon me, he's 20. And then they're like, yeah, you must come back, look outside. They try to call me as they are.
I'm gonna pause it there. So currently in South Africa, it's really cool and very trendy to be a woman and standing, because it's making men look well. Where are the South African men? Where are they not standing? You see, the problem is the moment you guys started this movement and it was a lady in the forefront, you should have not made it about women. You should have continued to make this march about the actual march, which is fighting for the rent to the dollar, the South African employment, because she explains exactly what the march is about. But the problem is feminists jumped onto this and they started calling South African men cowards. They started calling us cowards, that we are not in support. Like, look at what women are doing. Women are standing for this country. Where are the men? But this gets even more interesting. Let me play the next video.
So, number one, the petition was rejected. Fikile Mbalula decided to say that we should not march and we should not fight for those lives that have been lost because his international visitors are coming. So basically what he is saying is that we are embarrassing him as a country. Fine. So what we have decided, we've been in contact with Women's for Change and wanted a collaboration. As we thought we were happy.
They then decided to contact Women for Change because now they want a collaboration. Let's continue to listen.
We thought we were having a march with Women's for Change. It turns out that Women's for Change is not having a march. What is happening with Women's for Change? It is a women's shutdown, meaning we do not give into the economy. Fine.
Guys, they're not even on the same page. Women for Change is doing something completely different. They wanted to do a march. Completely two different. You see, guys, I did this video where I showed that certain creators, they are not even creators, people with very small following, are using this opportunity to bash men. This girl started claiming that she was attacked by a South African man. That she said a lot of things. Go watch this video. And this is where you lost everybody. The moment you guys turned this into a gender situation and it was no longer standing for the country, nobody took you guys serious. They thought you guys are a joke. Because the support you're supposed to get, you are no longer getting it. Now, there are certain people that are talking very interesting things on the internet on how people should still continue to do this. Remember, in the end of the day, when consequences fall, when people go to court, the same way Operation Dudula is going to court, you are going to need lawyers, which requires money. And I can guarantee you, trying to fund for lawyers to go fight these things in courts will cost. In the end of the day, a lot of people will get themselves into trouble simply because they just wanted to be a face of a movement. So we've got the lady who initially initiated all this. 17th of November. Now we've got another movement looking for support for the Purple Gang. And then, as you keep searching...
Hi, South Africa. My name is Sbusiso Masango, and I am the national chairperson for Azanian Defenders Movement.
Another movement, again, joining the march. The problem is, the reason they are not taking it as serious is because they are asking themselves, if you guys truly believed in all these causes, why did you not unite as one? Guys, Operation Dudula is being taken to court for fighting for this country. None of you came together to support Operation Dudula. None of you was there for Operation Dudula. You guys are not united. You guys are trend seekers. You are seeking to trend. You are seeking to have your little mini-me organizations to be known through these causes. This is the reason why they are not taking you serious, because your unity is not for the purpose of change or for the purpose to fight for what you are standing for. Your unity is in order to get your mini little new organizations that you are all making to get known. While you guys are doing all this and marching and trying to get your matches going, trying to get yourself trending and all this, you know what's happening in the country?
Of course, we're playing you out with those visuals from inside a chartered flight that's at OR Tambo International Airport carrying Palestinian refugees. They arrived this morning at around about 8:30 this morning. Of course, devastating scenes we saw there early on when we were speaking to one of the passengers. In fact, one of the passengers.
South Africa is being taken over by the colonizers. I did a video. Go watch it. They already own over 80% of the land and the wealth in the country. And now they're bringing more of their people. I did a video of the new developments that they are making, which will cater to over 200,000 people. Causes and fights that Operation Dudula, March for March, PA, Action SA, MK are fighting for. But then what did you guys decide to do? Let's create our own march. Let's create our own situation. Let's focus on our own problems. Zero unity. Who will take you guys serious? You keep bringing up Nepal, Madagascar, and all these countries as if the youth attempted to shut down the country on the 24th of September. Failed. Wow! You guys are trying to steal trend, are trying to be popular. You know what's happening in the country.
Police have confirmed the arrest of a former Zimbabwean member of parliament in Pretoria on Friday after he was allegedly found with explosives in his vehicle. The politician was arrested alongside a 78-year-old man. The pair face charges of possession of explosives and are appearing in court on Monday. The arrested Zimbabwean politician is a former opposition leader in his home country.
They appeared in court on Monday. You know what happened?
So that man right there who is hugging the supporters is Zimbabwean politician Job Sikala, who has been released on 10,000 Rand bail here in South Africa. He was arrested last week after explosives were found in his vehicle. So as you can see, he's walking now. He's received bail. Tell me what you think in the comment section.
Explosives in the car, because your country is controlled by settlers and apartheid laws. He was able to get 10,000 Rand bail. Now, this may be a political issue that is happening. He might have been set up allegedly, or he might have not. But moral of the story is this. This guy did not just get 10,000 Rand bail. He had supporters outside the court ready to hug him in South Africa, your land. Your laws are the problem. But when we were doing a petition, I was there with our queen. We pushed the hell out of this petition. Where were all these content creators? Where were they all? They were not there pushing this petition, because this petition was to change the constitution of South Africa. Oh my God, we screamed, we screamed, we growled, we growled. Prince's petition, I think it got like 30,000 out of it in a country of 65 million people. We did not even manage to get close to 30 million people to sign this petition. And the petition is gone nowhere. Princey made more videos. I even made videos letting you guys know what the next level we are going for. Do you think Princey has the time and the energy to fight on her own for the rights of this country? None of you are there supporting her. The issue is this. There is too many fights that we are attempting to fight at the same time. That's the reason why nobody is taking us serious. Everybody's laughing at us because we are a joke. We are not united. Like I said, this is going to be a long episode. I don't care about this video trending. I don't care about getting it multiple views or whatever. We need to talk as a family, as Black South Africans. You see the reason why people are not taking this march of yours serious. When you guys talk about gender-based violence, you are only crucifying Black South African men. What about the white man, the Indian, the colored? We know very well the Indian community and the type of abuse these women face in those communities, the colored community, the white community. But no, when you guys fight gender-based violence, it is only your kind. The issue that I keep repeating that we have here is unity. When women start to fight for a cause, it always becomes a sexist thing. They forget, they always point the finger at the Black South African. But does anyone ever make these topics trend?
Gate motor theft ring busted in Alberton and Germiston. So, 7 suspects have been arrested in a joint operation targeting a gate motor theft syndicate plaguing Alberton and Germiston suburbs, which means this is a recurring thing. It is not something that just happened overnight. And a lot of white people are going to say it's because there's no jobs. But why would you say that if black people also steal because there is no jobs?
Yeah. You heard that right. The white people are going to say they did this because there's no jobs. But why would you say that? Because black people also steal, and they say because there is no jobs. Let's continue to listen.
This is one of the best posts that has ever happened to me and my channel, because I'm here to prove that black people are not evil and that all human beings, which is what they are, and what black people are, by the way, also, even if you think they're not human beings, have a tendency to steal if they don't have money.
You see, the problem is Black South African woman, or just black women in general. We even sing it with the Americans everywhere around the world. Why is it every time you fight for a cause, you ridicule your men? Today we crucify ourselves when the reality is we are trying to survive in this white man's land. Today, the black man lacks employment to provide for his family, so he's laughed at. If a black man is not able to pop bottles, champagnes, and all this, he is not man enough. They ridicule that black men face on the internet. We are blamed for everything. So now, when the black woman starts fighting for a cause, they always end up turning it into a gender thing, forgetting that your leaders who are on top are men. So when you turn it into a gender thing, they will not side with you. This is the reason why you only have content creators, these little mini groups who are trying to get fame through the cause supporting you. This was never supposed to be a gender war. This was supposed to be a war against the ANC, the DA, the government, the GNU. But at every step and every moment you look, what do you see? Gender war. And you know what makes this worse? Is that they don't care. They're in parliament making clown jokes.
General Mkonas was a very close friend of mine. I think it's safe to say it was a boys' trip. Safe to say like that. Otherwise, me and him will get into trouble. Because I believe his wife and my wife are watching here. So I don't want to delve much.
So you can't tell us much more. Is it personal?
Yeah, no, it was very personal. Things that we do with him are sometimes very personal.
So what's
Imagine a grown man going on TV and making such statements. All this just to taint the image of General Mokwanazi. What I'm trying to tell you guys, South Africa is becoming a joke because we do not have unity. Look at this nonsense. This is taxpayers' money that is happening here, that is being spent for this nonsense to occur. And this is the nonsense they are saying in there. And you know what makes things even worse? And I will repeat this. If you truly believed in the change of South Africa, you did not need to create a new organization. You did not need to bring up your new organization. All you needed to do is join the organization that is truly fighting for South African cause. But because we are divided, we see things like this and we believe that change is really happening.
This morning we are here in Hillbrow. As you can see that it's a mess. We said we are going to embark on a system where we want to restore the city of Johannesburg. And people have been crying about Hillbrow. Hillbrow looks bad. We are here today. We are from town. Town looks good where we've worked. And from here we're going back to town. But Hillbrow today is where we are. And I can tell you the mayor is here with ourselves. We're here with the team from JMPD and our officials of the city of Johannesburg. We're intensifying. Today we're full on in the city of Johannesburg. And we're here in Hillbrow now. As you can see how the place looks. We're trying to clear this and we're trying to remove people from the streets so that we can then start the program of restoring the city of Johannesburg.
Guys, I'm going to use an example. You know, I grew up in the time of Windows 95. I believe, yes, Windows 95. If you remember the internet connection that used to go, the telephone dial. Yes, I'm from that time, 37 years old. Damn, we old. Guys, when we had our Windows, in order for us to make our computers look nice, we used to put a screensaver. When your computer could not support a big operating system, you took a screensaver or what we used to call a service pack of that operating system and then change the design of your computer to look nice. This is what these people are doing. What they're doing is they're giving you a nice screensaver because elections are coming. They're trying to show you that they are making change, that they are on your side. Look at what we are doing. But the question I ask them is the following. If truly that you are making change, that you are cleaning the city of Joburg, that you are doing all this, why is Operation Dudula and March being taken to court, being sued? But the PA isn't, Action SA isn't, and many political parties who are doing these things aren't. Because I repeat again, I've said this before, a lot of these people that are not being taken to court, it is because they are funded by NGOs to mislead South Africa and cause division. And this is the reason when their cause occurs, it always occurs at a time where they need South Africa to be distracted. They need South Africans to not be united. Where was this fight for gender-based violence on Women's Month? I believe it's in August. Why did they not do it then? They will claim they want to do it now because the G20 is coming and it's a big thing. But if the G20 is coming and it's a big thing, why did you not join 17th of November? Because that march was big enough and strong enough to oppose the G20, but instead you started your own purple Masipa. And then a group of other men started their own green nonsense. Division. No unity. I know by now, most of you are probably not watching, but the reality is this. The truth will remain the truth, irregardless whether I say it in 1 minute or I say it in a 20-minute video. South Africa. South Africans, my brothers, my sisters, we need to be united as one. We need to fight together. We need to fight for one cause that will bring change into this country. But the reality is this: women, stand together with us, South African men, who know that gender-based violence is a problem in this country and we want it to stop. But you cannot say it is only us, black South African men, who are abusers. When you talk about the stats, you make it look like it's only us. When the reality, if you actually look at the stats, we are the minority. Like I always say, if you like the truth, this is the channel to subscribe to. It is time for us to start listening to the hard truth, irregardless of who speaks it. I'm your boy Uncle P, like I always say. I shall see you guys on the next one. Cheers.
And perhaps it's not even about the right conversation, but are we having all the conversations? We're having one particular conversation over and over and over, and it's been years. Instead, the problem is getting worse, meaning we're not touching all the points that need to be discussed amongst ourselves as black people, black men and black women. We're not having full discussions, and I don't think we have the emotional capacity to go there. I don't think we've got the bandwidth to discuss some of the factors that led us to where we are and that are making the situation worse. Something as small as Mojolo, as insignificant. We're not connecting the dots. Something as prevalent as absent fathers. We're not connecting the dots. It's deeper than absent fathers create abusers. No. The kind of girls that creates. The kind of boys that create. The kind of conversations these groups grow up having. The way it makes them interact with each other from a transactional point of view. From a lack of respect point of view. I'm not convinced we're having the full conversation, and it's such a touchy one. Because in no way can conversations exist if they create context and reasons for abuse. There's no context. There's no excuse. There's no reason. And by reason, I mean, therefore it's okay. There's no justification. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. There are reasons. Because things don't just happen. It's a cause and effect world. It's a cause and effect world. But there's no justification. But the reasons are the ones we are ignoring. You know? Some of these reasons, perhaps if they were in a pie chart, they don't represent equal contribution to the plight we find ourselves in as a people. And I think we forget that GBV doesn't just affect women. It's not just a phenomenon that affects just women, right? And by that, I don't mean men also get abused. Of course, men get abused. I mean the impact of one incident trembles throughout the whole black community. The children that are involved, their friends, their cousins, their relatives. The sisters of these abusers, their mothers, their cousins. The families that lose a loved one because of the abuse, whether to jail or death. I don't have the answers, but I do have the questions. And I'm worried that neither party is looking within themselves. That's the other issue. Black women are looking fully in the black men camp to say, you're killing us, which is 100% true when you look at the end result. Black men are looking into the women's court saying, you're contributing to this. You're making us. Now, that's a dangerous way to put it. But to say your house is not clean is a fair statement. Now, if we both saying nobody wants to die, nobody wants to kill, and nobody wants to be in pain, if both camps can at the very least agree on that, then it would mean whatever conversations come up from that is not from a place of promoting the three things that I've just said. It's not to promote death, killing, or pain. It is to actually avoid them. Then maybe the appetite to actually say, listen, we need to stop doing this as women. To say, listen, we need to stop doing this as men. Maybe once those baselines have been agreed upon, and I don't know in which forum, maybe then we can start having the full conversation. Because there's more at play than this. There's more. This thing has got its roots in history, in economics, in finances, in employment, in spiritual warfare. This thing has its fingers through every factor you can think of. Self-confidence, access to money, degrading of black principles, the corrupt nature of patriarchy, the fall of positive patriarchy, the lack of masculinity, the lack of femininity, the exploitation of feminism. There's so many things acting upon us as a people, and we're just looking at each other. We're not looking at ourselves. And I could go there, but I don't want to add or dilute what's going on right now. But I want to appeal to you. Just sit and think about what your camp is doing to add. What conversations is your camp having? Are you just calling men trash? Are you looking at the generation of men we're dealing with? What are their challenges? Are you just calling black women whores? Are you stepping back and looking at the challenges of women? Are you calling single mothers bitter? Are you looking at what creates a single mother? And then are you pointing the finger back? Are you calling absent fathers deadbeats? Are you looking at what's causing a father who no longer wants to be with you to take a step back from their own kid? Are you capable of saying, perhaps my attitude, perhaps my failed nature to deal with the trauma of the breakup, perhaps my lack of maturity to separate the two entities, the boyfriend and the father, the failed boyfriend, the failed husband, and the father who's trying to show up, perhaps that's added. Are we capable of doing that? Are we capable of saying, woo, but I left her with a kid. I broke her heart. I had no business having raw, unprotected sex with a woman I didn't want to marry. I should have held it to myself. Should not have cheated on my wife. Should not have had kids outside. I am the problem here. She's bitter because of me. She trusted me. We're not having the full conversations. I go to the club, I pay alcohol for these girls, then I force them to come home with me. It's a transaction that I'm facilitating. When they can't pay the debt, they run away. I chase them. I get angry. Things get out of control. If we course correct, maybe I shouldn't go to the club with these intentions. If we go a level lower, why do I feel the need to validate myself through buying drinks for underage girls? Girls who are underage are not necessarily those who are under 18. Those whose age gap is shocking enough for me to be their father. Are we having the full conversation? Are we having the full conversation? Are we saying, why am I leaving the house half-dressed to go solicit alcohol that I can't pay for in an elective activity? I do not have to go to the club. I'm choosing to go there, to be seen to be drinking alcohol I can't afford by men who I know what the expectation is. Why do I find validation in my nudity? Am I saying it's wrong? No, I'm saying, are we asking? I can't tell you what a woman should wear. Nothing justifies putting hands on a woman. I cannot tell you what a woman should and should not do. I'm saying, though, are we having the conversations with self? Why am I, as a mother, happy to change men in my life in front of my kids every month? There's some girls who live in an environment where I've seen it. Like, one of these shows that are really digging into the black culture. They're not the best in how they show us, but there's this one called Kukwanele Bazali. And there was this family. It was a family, I think, of Xhosa women. Broken. Because the older sister, when she was abandoned by her family, her parents abandoned them. They either passed away or they left them, something like that. She was made the mother early. And she sold her little sisters so that they could eat. She made them prostitute themselves so that they could all have something to eat because she was doing the same thing. Are we having all the conversations